My friends, this is Rabbi Shmuel Herzfeld of Shmoozin' with Shmuel from the sacred studios of Ohev Shalom, the National Synagogue located on 16th and Jonquil, saying to you that if you'd like to come to our free Passover Seder, just give me a call on my cell phone, 202-812-8900. That's 202-881-289-FS. We have a seat for you right next to the rabbi with some brisket and some spirituality. But now, this morning on our radio show is the world-famous pianist Eric Hemy. You just heard 3 recordings from Gershwin. You heard him play I Got Rhythm, Somebody Loves Me, and Fascinating Rhythm. Now, Eric Hemy, Eric, talk to us for a moment about who your favorite Jewish composer is. Is it Irving Berlin? Please say that, because that's my cousin.
Oh, I love Irving Berlin.
Oh, yeah. Terrific. Thank you.
They know how to write a good Christmas song.
Okay, good. Tell us who your favorite is.
Well, I mean that whole period. I mean the Berlin, Gershwin, all those guys. They just made a mark. Bernard Herrmann. I mean from Hollywood. You know, all those movie scores, and then of course in classical. I love even Aaron Copland. I mean, there's some, and Bernstein, you know, Lenny.
And he's Jewish, Leonard Bernstein.
Well, you know, his father was a tailor, and he wanted him to go in the same business. And then there's a great picture of them, you know, on Ellis Island, that black and white, the father and the mother, and then underneath it says, how did I know that he was going to grow up to be Leonard Bernstein? You know, because he was very much against music. So.
But do you think that there's less young Jewish students going into music today?
Well, I think I'm part of a generation that was of a wave, you know, coming from Europe, the immigrants, first generation. So my in terms of like, there's a great book called Social History of Piano, Men, Women, and Pianos. It's a social history of piano. And so if you were to continue I think it stops off in the 60s, but at the turn of the century, it's very interesting how the rise of piano sales and which demographically, which kinds of people were interested in purchasing pianos, and then how it was eventually eclipsed by other interests and radio and TV and so forth. And so with the changes in history and immigrations here, I would say there's a lot more Asians that have been coming into the conservatories, Juilliard, Curtis, and you know they say that there are 90 million people in China that play the piano, and of those 90 million, there is. I don't know if this statistic is true, but there is a good maybe 1% that is vying for a serious career, and so that's a lot of people.
A lot of people trying to be great, but genius, when it comes, it can't be questioned by numbers, because before Dostoevsky, they said, well, imagine if Russia could produce Dostoevsky and Tolstoy. Imagine once all the peasants learn how to read, imagine how many Dostoevskys and Tolstoys there'll be. But the truth is, you cannot predict genius. Genius comes, it's 1 in a billion. And so it doesn't matter. There could be great musicians, but the genius like we find in Eric Hemy, the genius we find in a Bernstein, that genius is it's a combination of a lot of elements, and it seems that there are hordes of talented people, but a lot of it is not just one thing. It's there's the talent, which must be worked, by the way, and then there's the personality and the communication to the audience. Have you ever met Liberace?
I never met him, but I know of his garments. His shtick, yeah. He is quite a shtick.
Who do you think is, the present company excluded, who is the greatest pianist alive?
Well, alive. Most of them are dead. But the ones that I have venerated have been in the past. I mean, somebody, for example, who was an artist in the true sense of the word, an artist who, it wasn't just pushing notes and keys. He spoke 7 languages. He had traveled the world. He was interested in literature, in painting, in food, in women. I mean, this is a a full range of passions, and this translates into his music making. And this person that I'm talking about, for example, as an example of an artist, is Arthur Rubinstein.
Another Jew. Arthur Rubinstein?
Yeah,
we think so. We think so.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Well, my friend Eric, just before we let you go, I just want to say, if there's a child out there who has a special gift for music, and what would you say to that child?
I would say to follow that dream. And even if around the table, there are people, and usually comes from very close in the families, if there are people trying to dissuade you from that dream because whatever reasons that may be even coming from ignorance, they should not pay attention, and they should pursue that dream to the end, and there may be some glorious results.
My friend, he's played in Carnegie Hall, Alice Tully Hall, Kennedy Center, all over the world, from Marrakesh to Brazil to Mexico to Israel. Not yet in Israel, but to Paris, to London, to Brussels, all the places he's played. And his message to us today is follow the dream, follow in the path of God, and follow the dream. My friends, we are so grateful that Elazar, Eric Himi, has joined with us on Schmoozin' with Shmuel. To all you listeners out there, you can go to his website, erichimi.com. That's ERICHIMY.com. And you'll see his upcoming list of performances. If you find yourself in Brazil or Mexico or Morocco, you can join. But he also does perform in Dayton and other places around America as well. You'll find out his next concert, and maybe you'll show up and tell him you heard him on Schmoozin' with Shmuel, and maybe he'll give you a free note. A note here or there on his piano. Anyway, my friends, to all you out there, this is Rabbi Shmuel Herzfeld from Schmoozin' with Shmuel saying, I'm here with Eric Himi, and Shalom.